You are about to listen to the words of Fethullah Gulen, a distinguished Islamic scholar and thinker. In this podcast, you will hear his essay, The Last Prophet.
The harmonious line of the prophets, which started with Adam pbuh, reached perfection with the last prophet Muhammad. While truths were yet like seeds with Adam, they sprang new shoots out of the ground with Nuh. They flourished and blossomed with Ibrahim, and with the last prophet, the truth started completely bearing fruit. The greenery turned into an orchard, and the world became a bed of roses because he has a universal mission, which is expressed by the verse, "We have not sent you, O Muhammad, but as an unequaled mercy for all the worlds." This vast mercy extends to everyone's benefit. In fact, when Archangel Gabriel, who delivered revelations to the messenger of God throughout his mission, was asked if he had benefited from this overarching mercy, he affirmed that he had. Gabriel explained that he was not assured of his own ending until the Qur'an referred to him as al-Amin, trustworthy, safe one. The Qur'an refers to Gabriel as the al-Amin, trustworthy spirit, in Ash-Shu'ara 26, 193. The ampleness of this mercy, from which even Gabriel benefited, should be a sufficient example to give an idea of the extensiveness of Prophet Muhammad's blessed magnetism. Thus, as believers, our hearts should never be heedless of the fact that we are followers of a faith whose sphere of mercy even encompasses the angels. Islam reached its pinnacle with the Prophet. Humanity made an incredible leap forward at his time. Material and spiritual revolutions occurred in human mind and thought. The social structure was saved from primitiveness and turned to a direction of prosperity and civilization. Towards the end of his mission and his life, the Prophet made his final address to humanity. Among those final words, he also recited the verse by which God Almighty states, "This day I have perfected for you your religion with all its rules, commandments, and universality, completed my favor upon you, and have been pleased to assign for you Islam as religion, and declared that the religion was completed." The revelation of this verse is such a blessing that once a Jewish man said the following to Caliph Umar, "O the leader of the believers, there is a verse in your book that had it been revealed to us, we would have made the day of its revelation a day of celebration." When the Caliph asked which verse it was, the man mentioned the verse above. Upon hearing this, Caliph Umar smiled and said, "We know very well when and where this verse was revealed. It was Friday, and the Prophet was standing at Arafat on the eve of the Hajj." By saying so, he pointed out that the day was a festivity for Muslims in two ways already. That was indeed a day of festive for Muslims, but that particular day also involved an aspect of sadness, for the same verse was giving the news of the soon-to-be passing of the Prophet, the messenger of God who did not only bring a religion, a system, but also communicated it and practiced it perfectly, was being summoned to the presence of God once again with divine decree. In one hadith, the Prophet gives a beautiful example for his being the last ring of the chain of the prophets. My example in comparison with the other prophets before me is that of a man who has built a house nicely and beautifully except for a place of one brick in a corner. The people go about it and wonder at its beauty, but say, "Would that this brick be put in its place? So I am that brick, and I am the last of the prophets." Prophet Muhammad was the completion of a poem that started with Prophet Adam. If it were not for him, it would not have been possible to hear the name of Prophet Adam, to know Prophet Musa, and to know Prophet Jesus correctly. Humanity only gained true knowledge about past nations and what happened to them thanks to him. Just as he is the messenger to the entire world, his message similarly needs to be heard by the entire world, because he holds the keys to everything that needs to be affirmed. In other words, it has become possible only within the frame of the essentials he brought to understand and believe the true faith in God, the prophets, scriptures, and the afterlife.
You have just listened to the words of Fethullah Gulen, brought to life through an AI-generated voice. Known for his teachings on faith, interfaith dialogue, peace, and education, Mr. Gulen also inspired the Hizmet movement, a global initiative that promotes democracy, human rights, equality, and nonviolence. To learn more about Fethullah Gulen and the Hizmet movement, visit fethullahgulen.com.